Okay, friends, subscribers, and all you YouTubers out there. Today I'm going to give you a video on this little device here. This little device here is a endoscope viewing, remote endoscope viewing. Oh, hang on, I'll get it over here. Just check this price out here. Before we go any further, this is an American website. Now, I only found this massive con, and I mean this con, everybody in the world is being affected, so share this video with everybody. For God's sake, share this video. You need to know what's actually going on, that you are being ripped off. If you are an eBay buyer and you are buying from China, 10 to 1, you're being gypped merrily big time, and I mean ripped off to the maximum. Because, okay, here we have this endoscope. It's a very common, I think it's the most common endoscope sold on eBay. Now, here it is in the United States for $65. Now, generally when an eBay seller from the United States or Australia, we buy from a site called whatever. I buy from one called Alibaba. But to buy on Alibaba, you've got to buy 100 or 1,000 or whatever. But when you buy that many, you get like your unit for about $6.50 to $10, depending on how many you buy. That's pretty standard. That's a very reasonable markup for the item. And basically, the thing is, you need to understand that there must be a markup because there are costs, there's shipping costs that we've got to buy them, we've got to get them shipped to us in a container. Generally, like 1,000 of those, that's going to be a container at least. And generally they'll always sell you a container. They try and get you to buy the whole container full, and that's what most people do. Unless you're buying a few different items from them, then they basically just will go one container and they'll be happy with that sort of sale. But they'll still send you a 1,000. Ship it in an expensive way, but the cheapest way is to get it shipped to you in a container as usual. And so by the time you pay, well, I call it custom hostage fee, to get your stuff out of the container, because they do, and they stick you. It's about $1,000 sometimes. They hold your container hostage until you, pick it up, and that's another story in itself. But the thing is, you don't want to be getting ripped off when you're buying on eBay. Like, everybody thinks that, okay, well, buy from China because it's cheaper. Well, I've got some big news for you, people, and you've got to forgive my thing today. I've got the end cycle of the flu, and I've been pretty crook for about a week and a half. But I need to make this video before I forget about it, because of the simple fact that even I have been ripped off, and I've worked out what they do to do it. Now, if you look here, that's a reasonable markup for the product, and I can tell you now that product is about, for the amount I'm buying, it's about $6.50 for the amount. I'd say this guy has bought about the same amount as me, maybe more. And the thing is, unless he's not making the general markup. Now, the shipping cost, $59.99 for UPS priority shipping international. That's pretty standard, and that's, a fair price. Now, what I found out was, okay, I've been buying, I go on eBay and I look for the items that I want to buy on the Alibaba, because they won't sell you one item. See, they think that people are just a retailer. What they'll do, they'll give you a seller that they know sell on eBay, and guess what? Even then, you're still being ripped off because you're being sold one from China. And basically, I was tipped off because I was given one that was in the States. So I've gone, bang, yeah, there it is, $65. Very reasonable fee. Only problem is, it might not ship. Sometimes they don't ship to Australia, but you've got to be careful of that. Now the thing is, it's sort of, and your shipping can be dearer. So what I do, I generally look for something in China, but I'm looking at this price, 65. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable for the item. That tells me how much I need to sell my item for. So, and that's generally how I've done it. But a lot of the times I get given a Chinese site, so I get the thing and I start selling at the same price. But what I didn't realise is, and I couldn't work out why I'd been undercut on so many people and things like that. But I was at least selling them at a reasonable price because I thought, oh, well, okay, if that's the price they're selling them for, I'm going to sell them cheaper because I want to sell mine. So I generally sell all of mine for one reason, because I'm cheaper than China. And I've only just found that out. And I'm big time cheaper than China for one reason, because see what the Chinese do, they come along and they say, what we do, we go look at the American price and we see what their postage charge. Okay, is $60 per 65. We make $125, maybe a bit cheaper. We sell lots. We make millions. American, we be rich, big, important people. But all they are is just thieves. Because in China, this item here in China, on the retail shelf would be about $20. That's $20 US, maybe $22 Australian. So, okay, so you'd expect then to see them listing them on eBay for about $20. And that's generally what you would expect. But it's not. Here's the big con. Okay, that's the buy it now price. Right? Whenever you click them on and buy them now, it comes up at 94. But look what they're listing them for as an auction. Okay, some blokes are starting them at 91 now. By the way, these are like trust me, they're the lowest prices I've looked, and they are dead set the lowest prices, because there's the Americans. Okay. We have, and as you can see here, North America only, exactly the same item, 65, 55, 70. Okay, they're reasonable, and they're good. They're general markup for the price that we're paying for them, plus your shipping costs, your container costs, your container hostage fee that everybody's got to pay. When you're an importer, everybody's got to pay it, because they hold you. They won't give you your container, any contents in your container, till you pay them $1,000. And most of them do it. Trust me, they rip you off. Shipping agents is another story altogether. And trust me, I'm going to do a real good video on them one day. Now, again, okay, buy it now and everything. So look at that. Lowest price and shipping. So that is dead set the lowest shipping price. So that's the Chinese shipping price. It's about $11.90. Okay? But look at the price. Look at the price. America, China. You're paying virtually double. And in some countries, they don't list the US items. And that's the thing. If you're not being listed US items, you don't know the US is cheaper than you. In the US, you'll see the cheap US one, just naturally buy it. But a lot of people don't even bother. They'll click China only. They'll go in the thing and click worldwide, and they go to the cheapest item. And sometimes the American ones will pop up. But I don't know how eBay works. But sometimes they don't pop up. And that's the thing. It's real strange. It happens in Australia sometimes too. Sometimes the only ones you're seeing are the Chinese stuff. And everybody just naturally tries to buy from China. Some people just log on to China and translate the page. I know people that do that. But they're still paying the same. The Chinese page is still the same damn prices. There's no difference. It's just they're in Chinese. And the thing is, the China people don't buy off eBay. They don't buy off eBay because they can buy it on the shelf for $20. Any Chinese man can go in and buy one of these for $20 off the Chinese shelf, then go and sell it for $94 on eBay to us idiots. And honestly, the only way to stop this, and it's very true, don't buy from China, Hong Kong or Asia on eBay, because eBay, China, Asia, Hong Kong, they're not cheaper. They are rip-off. Big time. There's the absolute doggone proof. 65, 55, 70, 60, oh, that's that one there. But then you go to China, not just to buy it now. At least these guys are putting the right shipping up. This guy's putting the right shipping up, because that's generally about the right price. So that item must be about 2.5 kilo. And yeah, so you've got to sit and you've got to look at what these guys are doing, because they're ripping you off. And honestly, to get something here, like buy it now, make an offer, like, okay, I'd offer them $20 because that's all it's bloody worth. It's not worth $94. They bloody know it. They're just ripping you off. And the only way to stop it is don't buy from bloody China. Like, unfortunately, because I need to buy some from my wholesaler, I'm going to have to fork out 79 damn bucks. But I'm only going to offer him. I'm going to offer him 50 and try and sort of get it as low as I can. I might even go as low as 40, and I'll get 3 tries. I'll try 30, see what happens. I think 30 would be a reasonable price for a Chinaman. And so I'll try that, then I'll try 40 or 50 or whatever, and then if not, I'll have to go to 60. But I'm not going to pay him any more. I'm not going to pay him 80 bucks, no fucking way. I'll just tell them that I won't buy from him anymore if he don't start sending me samples. And but here, dead set. This is the dead set, the lowest price auctions. And I click on auction. There we go. Auction only. There we go. 91 and 115, the cheapest. Yeah. So basically, you don't want to be bidding on these items. Anything from China is not cheaper. Okay, there's one there from China, starts at 170. Okay, there's one there. No, that's a buy it now. That's a buy it now. Yeah, so basically, China is not cheaper. You got to learn that. Put it in your head. Make it a saying. China is not cheaper. China is not cheaper. Because if you say, oh shit, I've got to go to eBay and buy something from China because it's cheaper, it's not. There are some legitimate retailers out there in China, but unfortunately for a little while, we're going to have to make them suffer. Because the only way for them to stop this practice is to stop buying from them. Buy from American retailers. Buy from Australian retailers, because trust me, you're paying less. Here is the physical proof that China is not cheaper. China is not cheaper. Look at the price difference, guys. Buy it now, 65. Buy it now, 94. China is not cheaper. Spread and share this video. This is the absolute biggest rip-off. That proves China is not cheaper. You really have to understand that, guys. Look, North America. 65. I could hit worldwide, and then we'd get a mix. See what happens if we hit worldwide. And we should start getting a listing. No, let's screw that up. So we'll go back to North America. But China is definitely not cheaper, folks. So, look, don't be a sucker anymore, and seriously, stop buying from China, because if you buy from China, you're a damned idiot. And even I'm going to stop buying from China. I'm going to start telling my suppliers that I'm not going to buy from eBay, because I'm not going to get ripped off any bloody more, because I think they may even be putting me onto their own sellers. So here's the factories. They're making it for most probably $4, because trust me, shit in China is very cheap. I buy a lot of stuff. I can buy a welder, and I'm dead set, I can buy a welder so damn cheap that I can sell it under here cheaper than the retail shops. And, like, for me to be able to do that means I've got some good suppliers. And these people are getting them from the same suppliers because it's the same damn items. And that's why, if you look at this, you won't see me logged into my account. So basically, I don't want people knowing what my account is. And the thing is, it's sort of just get it through your heads. China's not cheaper, folks. China is absolutely dearer. You will see some auctions. If you see an auction out there where it's 1 cent or whatever, starts out at 1 cent and then they got free postage, yeah, that's an honest Chinese businessman. But if you see it to buy it now at $94 best off or best offer, and it says 11 bucks underneath it for shipping, the shipping's right, turn around and offer them $20 because that's all the damn thing's worth. And that's honestly all the damn thing's worth. So look, I hope that you all wake up and realise that you're being ripped off. So look, I'm going to finish this video off, and I'm going to hope that you all wake up to yourselves. Thank you. Bye.